Hi, today we are going to make a simple divider page for my food journal. I think this is an A4 size. So let's get started. Hi, this is Rebecca and this is Rebecca's Roadmap. This is my personal size planner that I'm using for my food journal. This is a Franklin Covey planner, so the hole spacing on the rings is going to be a little bit different than like if you have a Filofax or something like that. And I've been using this as my food and gratitude journal. Okay, I've been trying to use this as my food and gratitude journal. So I thought I wanted to make a little inspiration page to help me out to do a better job than I'm currently doing. And these pages are just from one of the mini happy planners that I put a piece of washi on, and I punched them for my rings. So I went ahead and pre-cut and punched just a piece of inexpensive watercolor paper. And my idea is just to do a simple collage. I've got these vegetables that I kind of like. I'll probably leave the potatoes out because I don't eat potatoes. The rest of the vegetables, I thought I would just kind of do a simple collage on here. And I also had this page. I was thinking maybe I would cut some of these things out. But looking at this, I think this is so small if I do a collage with these elements on here and then maybe cut out this shape and put that over and then maybe just put some text. So that's my plan. Let's see how this works. Okay, I got my piece of parchment paper down and I went ahead and cut my magazine up, cut these squares out of my magazine page. And I went ahead and cut this out of my other magazine page. I just poked a hole in the center and just cut around it. So this is a little bit bigger. So I'm probably going to have to kind of crop out a section of that or overlap it, or cut it and overlap it, something like that. I think it might look kind of cool. Let's see how we can arrange these. If we want the color on one side, I don't know if we want to leave some white space. Now, if this wasn't potatoes, this would be a perfect thing, but maybe I should just use it. Let's see. If we do this. That looks better, doesn't it, with the extra purple in there? Okay, I may have to use that even though I don't eat potatoes. Okay, so if we do that and we put that over it, and then the food program I'm following is called Bright Lines, which if you happen to binge a lot on sweets, chocolate, ice cream, you know, any of those sugary things, you might give it a try. It's been really good for me and I'm really liking it. But at any rate, I'm going to probably just stamp. I was thinking of just stamping the black on the, actually I was thinking of stamping the orange. I was thinking of stamping the orange on the paper and just using the white. That might look better. Let's see. We can do this. The smooth side might be better. It's pretty bright, isn't it? But what happens if we put the bright and then we put the black letters over it versus white with the orange letters? I think the white just looks, I think we need to go with the orange. Kind of make that really pop off the page. Okay, so I'm going to color this, and I'm going to stamp my black letters. We've got this, I've got my little block, and I'm using just some black archival ink. So I'm going to stamp that and come back in just a second and show you where I am. Okay, I've got this inked, but it's really wet. So I'm going to set that to the side for a minute and let it dry, and then we'll stamp our black letters on it. So I'm just going to set this to the side. And I am just using Mod Podge for this. If you've got some matte gel medium, that would probably work a little bit better, but this is fine for this collage project. And I've just got a little piece of plastic wrap here so my lid doesn't stick. Now you need to glue, you need to put Mod Podge. Okay, I'm from the South, I'm going to say Mod Podge. So you need to put your Mod Podge both on the paper and on the back before you stick it down. So I've got this kind of laid out how I want it over here on the side. And this is our secondary piece. I'm just going to set that off to the side. So I am just going to glue this right quick and take a look. Okay, I've got all the pieces glued down. We put the Mod Podge underneath, and then I also put some on the back of the magazine pieces. And now I'm just going to put a layer on top, and then we will put our decorative piece on. Okay, I've got that glued down and a layer on top. Now, if I were going to put some paint or something else on top of this, I would dry it first. But since we're just going to do a little more gluing, we're just going to work with it wet. I'm going to cut this just center top and bottom. And see where we get. So I'm going to kind of center it on here. Just kind of smooth out any of the little wrinkles. You're going to have some wrinkles with this magazine paper. You're just going to. And of course I didn't glue the back, did I? But there's glue on the back of that. So let's see what happens here. Move it up a little bit. Okay, I think that's going to work. I'm going to glue this down with some Mod Podge, and then I'll just cut these little extra pieces off. Okay, that is all glued down. I'm going to set this to the side for a minute and work on my lettering. Okay, this is our piece of watercolor paper. I just colored it with some of the, let me move this up so you can actually see it. I just colored it with some of the distressed ink. And these are some alphabet letters that my mom picked up for me at Joann's. I think they have like a little bargain bin dollar spottish area. So I'm just going to use these, and we're going to stamp on this with some black archival ink. I'm just going to use a baby wipe to clean this off, get the ink off of these, and then we'll do the second word. Okay, I've got my lines word on here, so I ink and stamp that. There we go. My mama always taught me to clean up as you go, so I picked up everything that I wasn't using or wasn't going to use anymore. Okay, and now we just have our words. I'm just going to kind of cut this off a bit. And there really wasn't any rhyme or reason to the size of this, other than it was just a piece I cut off of something else. So it was just an extra scrap. Alright, so how do we want to arrange this? This is still sticky, so in theory you probably should dry it before you lay things on that you're going to glue, but I think we'll be okay. Do we want to do that? Get a little closer together. I kind of like that better. All right, I like the bright right there. Kind of just on top of the centerpiece. We'll center that and do the lines right underneath. So I'm just going to glue this down, and then we're almost done. Crooked when I look in the camera for some reason, but it doesn't look crooked when I look down at it. Let me pull this a little closer and look at it. We're evenly spaced. I usually use my fingers for spacers. I think we're okay. I'm just not sure why it's looking so crooked in the camera. Maybe this is up a bit. Does that look better? That looks better, doesn't it? All right, let's push this one down a little bit. I think what it may be is that my actual word is crooked on my orange. That my paper is actually lined up, but the actual word itself is crooked. So I guess you could tilt that so the word was straight, or you can line the paper up. So that's kind of where we are. Let's just kind of eyeball this and make it pleasing to the eye. All right, we're just gonna go with that. I know it's not totally straight, but we're just gonna go with it, and I'm gonna glue that down. Okay, I put a whole layer or another layer over the whole thing. And as you can see, the orange from the Distress ink kind of came off a little bit. So we've got a little orange tint going on, which I don't really mind. But I am going to dry this and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so I've got this dried. I'm just going to clip off these little pieces that are running over. And after it dries a bit more, I'm going to go ahead and punch it again and put it in my planner. So let's analyze this. What could I have done different? What could I have done better? I like the colors. I like this piece. I think I could have done this a little bit better. Maybe a piece of black cardstock with the bright lines written in script would have been nice with this kind of more curvy piece. I think that would have looked good. Overall, I'm pleased with it. So if you like this kind of thing, hit the subscribe button so I can keep coming to you. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.